with the champion, Dale Earnhardt. Well, he did not make history by winning 4 in a row, but he did what he had to do, and he is the champion, and obviously he's very, very happy. And Mark Martin, the race winner. We've had 2 IROC races here in Indianapolis, and Martin has won both of them.
In the racing business, the right hardware at the right time can make the difference between winning and losing.
Get the toolbox that rocks at True Value. It's just $24.95 when you spend $20 or more on your Visa card at participating True Value hardware stores.
Your True Value is the official hardware store of NASCAR, IROC, and homes everywhere.
If you're anything like me, you love your car. You care for it, you polish it, you protect it from damage. But really caring for your car starts right here, the engine. It's the heart of your car and deserves the best. And for me, that's Mobil 1 Tri-Synthetic. Look, I've seen the figures and tests that prove it. But really, it all comes down to this one simple fact. With Mobil 1, a whole lot of people get to treat their cars a whole lot better.
Nothing outperforms Mobil 1.
I've got incoming. This is what we trained for.
In a world they couldn't predict, this crew had one mission.
They're headed right for us. Billions of people are counting on us.
To serve without question.
He's making his final turn, closing fast.
So they were fast, accurate, and ready for anything.
Skipper, I think I hear singing.
Welcome to McDonald's. May I take your order, please?
6 Happy Meals.
Did somebody say McDonald's? Not bad, people. Not bad.
The championship has opened up for Kart's top drivers. They'll battle for points on the streets of Detroit. The Tenneco Automotive Grand Prix, Sunday at 4 on ABC.
Starting Monday, August 16th, for 13 days over 2 straight weeks, each night, someone could walk away with $1 million. It could be you. Who Wants to Be a Millionaire? The biggest primetime quiz show ever. Premieres Monday, August 16th on ABC.
ABC Sports is online at ESPN.com, part of the GO Network. And a reminder to tune into ABC Sports tomorrow at 2 Eastern for live Major League Soccer when the Tampa Bay Mutiny take on the DC United, only on ABC Sports. For the 9th time in IROC competition, Mark Martin wins. He's 3rd on the all-time IROC win list. Jeff Gordon finishes 2nd here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Eddie Cheever 3rd, followed by Bobby Labonte, Rusty Wallace, and Dale Jarrett. Let's go to the IROC victory lane. Here's Dr. Jerry Punch.
Well, IROC 23 is history at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And for the 2nd year in a row. This year, though, a hobbled Mark Martin, injured earlier last month. He will try to climb out with a knee that required surgery in the middle of July and turn to this crowd and wave his appreciation for the applause as Mark Martin, for the 2nd consecutive year, will be presented the IROC at Indy Trophy by Indianapolis Motor Speedway President Tony George. And Mark, you had to do 3 things to win the title. You had to win the race, you had to lead the most laps, and you had to have Earnhardt finish 9th or worse. You did your part.
I did all I could, man. Thanks, Dale. He just won all 3 races this year, man. Wasn't any way to win that championship today, you know, but we gave it what we had. It was a great day for us, and this is a good confidence booster for me. My race team, we gave him a good run today, and he just won all 3 races. The first 3 races, there wasn't anything you could do with him here.
All right, Mark Martin wins the finale here in 1999 at Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Let's go back upstairs.
But he comes up 1 point short as far as the overall championship is concerned, with Dale Earnhardt winning with 75, Martin 74. Bobby Labonte finishes 3rd in the overall standings for 1999, followed by Rusty Wallace and Jeff Gordon. So Dale Earnhardt's finishes in IROC in 1999 were first, and 8th, but was good enough. Let's talk to him.
Starting dead last, you had to finish 8th or better, and you win the title by 1 point.
Yeah, Mark, I tell you, Mark done everything he had to do, and if I would have slipped back any further, I would have been history. But my car got so loose, I couldn't get in the corner. I was racing with Mark there at the first, and I thought I had a shot at running good, but I don't know, the car just got loose, and it didn't do that in practice, but I just sort of had to ride it out. I'd get so loose getting in 1 and 3 that it would just about turn around. I about wrecked it one time in 3 and 1, but it was just a tough day, you know. Jay and all the guys do a great job with these cars, and I've had some great race cars up to today, and this one just didn't suit my style, I reckon.
You climbed out and surveyed the damage. You're probably pretty lucky to hang on and finish 8th looking at that right front fender.
Well, I was worried about the tires more than anything. I had a vibration come in the car about 10 to go, and it just kept getting worse, and I was worried about a cut tire or something, and it was going flat or something, but we made it on through.
Well, Dan Carter, the chairman for True Value, will step in and present the 1999 IROC 23 Championship Trophy to the Intimidator 7-time Winston Cup champion, Dale Earnhardt.
And so Dale Earnhardt is the champion of IROC 23. It's been a great series that we have presented this year. Congratulations also to Mark Martin, who wins here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway in the 4th and final race of 1999. This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence. Now we go back to our ABC Wide World of Sports studio in New York.
This Wide World of Sports update brought to you by Mobile One. Nothing outperforms Mobile One. Here now, Robin Roberts.
IROC series is always so much fun to watch. Congratulations again to Dale Earnhardt. How about some baseball before we skedaddle? The Braves began the day 1.5 games behind the Mets in the NL East. They took on the Giants, fell behind 3-0 in the first, but in the bottom of the 6th, Gerald Williams hits a 3-run shot, his career-high 11th homer of the year, and the Braves come from behind to win. They're now within a game of the Mets in the NL East. Auto racing shown live earlier here on ABC, the Brickyard 400. A bit of a scare early on for Dale Jarrett. About 20 laps in, a little brush of the wall, but he would collect himself, go on to win with ease his second Brickyard 400. He talked about his near miss.
That came from not paying good enough attention on my part. I was still a little bit tight, and I looked up to kind of see what was going on behind me and ran into the wall. And I knew I didn't hit it hard. I usually do that here every race, so it wasn't any big deal. But just an incredible race car.
And with the win, his 4th of the year, Dale Jarrett extends his lead by 17 points in the Winston Cup standings. Kart racing news qualifying today for the Tenneco Automotive Grand Prix of Detroit, which you can see tomorrow here on ABC. With a look ahead, here's Paul Page.
Well, Robin, here on Belle Isle in Detroit, it has been a busy and an expensive weekend for the champ cars of the Kart FedEx Championship Series. Just a couple of the notes. Adrian Fernandez, one of the points contenders, got into the wall, broke his right wrist. They expect he'll be out for a couple weeks. Ken Magnuson and Greg Moore. Magnuson to the wall, Moore to Magnuson. That one's pretty expensive, too. Montoya has the pole. We'll have coverage tomorrow right here on ABC Sports.
And also tomorrow on ABC Sports, Major League Soccer's leading goal scorer, Roy Lassiter, and the DC United take on the Tampa Bay Mutiny. That's all for our Wide World of Sports mobile update. Thanks for joining us, everyone. I'm Robin Roberts. Good night from New York. Have a great week.
What an extraordinary performance. Down the stretch they come. Take the checkered flag.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports, continuing the tradition of excellence.
Promotional consideration provided by National Car Rental, the official car rental company of Disneyland and Walt Disney World Resort.
5, 6, 7, 8. A turn.
How do you know if a TV show is suitable for your children? Easy. WVEC has developed this symbol to identify programs for children 12 and under. It eliminates the guesswork, and as a parent, I appreciate that. If you'd like to know more, WVEC maintains a public file on children's programming in our Hampton studio. Check it out during normal business hours. Here at WVEC is all part of our commitment to your family, and just one more way we're working for you.
Look at all the food out there.
Yeah, looks like a triple play.
Holy mackerel.
Oh, Gus, it's fish, chicken, and shrimp.
Long John Silver's Triple Play. 3 incredible meals with your choice of either flaky hand-battered fish, juicy all-white meat chicken, or tender shrimp, plus all the fixins. At $3.99 each, the price is a home run, too. But hurry, this Triple Play ends soon.
There's just one piece left.
It's going. It's gone.
Oh, can I see a replay?
The future for organ transplants in Hampton Roads. This Sunday's On the Record.
This time on Game Warden Wildlife Journal, we'll head out to the Hawaiian Islands where game wardens and biologists are trying to secure the future of the sea turtle. Then, we'll raft the most challenging whitewater east of the Mississippi. Finally, we'll ride with Maine game wardens as they make sure moose hunters play strictly by the rules. This program is dedicated to the men and women who protect the great outdoors. Game Warden Wildlife Journal. Today, our natural resources are threatened as never before by those who would pollute our waters, ravage the land, and endanger the creatures who inhabit our protected environments.
I'm Josh Bryant, your host, as we explore the exciting and often dangerous world of the game wardens and their relentless quest to preserve and protect our wildlife and the environment.
These are the good guys. The men and women who take the risks, who make a stand when our natural resources are threatened. Stay with us and share the stories that reveal the courage and determination it takes to serve with these real-life heroes who serve all of us. Brought to you by AT&T Personal Network. Communications has finally caught up with the way you live.
With AT&T, there are so many ways to communicate, and now, one powerful way to control it all. Introducing AT&T Personal Network, now with AT&T Online Customer Service. Sign up at att.com to bring together your calling card calls, wireless calls, and long-distance calls from home for just 10 cents a minute. And with AT&T Online Customer Service, you're in control of every part of your AT&T account online. Get AT&T Personal Network at the power of E. Sign up at att.com or call.
I'll be right back with your new low Geico rate. Great. I can save you over $250.
Every week, 10,000 drivers switch their car insurance to Geico. We take all the necessary precautions. Geico Direct. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance.
Busy day. What?
At Recreational Factory Warehouse, our cost is lower because we make what we sell. And we're selling at cost because we made too much. That means over 1,000 spas. Slash 20 to 50%. Not just some spas, all spas. With no down payment and no payments till next year. Over 1,000 spas going at cost right now at Recreational Factory Warehouse. Rosemont Road, quarter mile south of State Road 44, Virginia Beach.
Hawaii bears no resemblance to any other state. A string of islands 2,000 miles long with active volcanoes and tropical forests and waters that host an enormous variety of plant and animal life, which is very different from what we find in the mainland United States. In Hawaii, there are bird species to be found nowhere else. Mammal populations that include both traditional and newly introduced species, and an aquatic life that includes descendants from the ancient line of sea turtles, which is one of the many creatures the game wardens and biologists are busy studying and trying to protect.
Hawaii is a special place. No other place like it. You know, it's the paradise of the Pacific. In Hawaii, we call it a keiki o kaina. You're the children of the land. Paradise is because of the natural resources we have, and we have to protect the natural resources. Our turtle population at one time was almost gone. You'd see a turtle today, and tomorrow it was on somebody's dinner table.
Hawaiians named the turtle Honu,
And it was very important in Hawaiian culture, and many native Hawaiians included the sea turtle in their diet pretty regularly, particularly for special occasions.
But enough was enough. We were afraid we were going to lose our turtle population. So along with the federal government, the state got together, put a ban on turtles. I think the biggest predator we worry about is manning, so.
We want to let people know that it's not okay to hunt them anymore because they are a protected species. It's a tough situation because you want to allow people to be able to practice their cultural traditions. At the same time, you want to protect the sea turtle.
So we have to educate these people. If education through enforcement is the only way to do it, then we'll do it.
And you hope by educating people about the plight of the sea turtle that they'll go back and be willing to reconsider some of their cultural practices, perhaps, or at least to wait until a time when the sea turtles are more plentiful. The sea turtles are facing a number of threats. They've got entanglement in marine debris and fishing gear to contend with, or ingestion of plastics. You could be harming a sea turtle. You might not think about it when you're letting your sandwich wrapper go flying away, but it could end up, in a turtle's stomach someday. There's also a problem with habitat encroachment. Encroachment can entail human interaction both in the water and on the land. There are things such as thrill craft, windsurfers, motorized vessels in particular. And on the beaches, there's been a lot of coastal development here in Hawaii, and so their nesting space has been somewhat restricted. Hawaii is the most isolated landmass in the world. We're 2,500 miles from the next closest landmass. And there's a limited amount of nesting space for the sea turtles, particularly with the green sea turtles and the hawksbill, which is a critically endangered species.
This is the Waipio Valley lookout on the Hamakua coast, Big Island, and our nesting hawksbill turtle is here. We know she's along this uninhabited coast here, which is about 12 miles long. We're trying to pick up signals this morning to see what her activity pattern is. We're trying to approach this research in a hands-off manner. We do have to handle the animal to put this transmitter on. We put the transmitter on her after her 5th nesting on Maui a few weeks ago, and then tracked her over here to the Big Island. We only receive signals from this when the antenna is out of the water, so she has to come to the surface to breathe, and when she does, this breaks the surface of the water, and that's when we get a signal. So when we're hearing this little clicking sound, it means that she's at the surface. When we're not hearing that clicking sound, she's down. That tells us whether or not she's resting or is active, and active probably means that she's feeding. Green turtles as well and hawksbills share the same coral reef habitat. They're just feeding on different items in that habitat. So we're hoping to try to determine if there are threats to them in those habitats, and if there are, what can we do to try and change that to make it a little bit safer for them.
We're going out to a sighting of a turtle that washed ashore.
It was right over here.
Where was it, Chris?
It was floating here from about that area from down.
Okay. Yeah, it's still alive. Let's go get it. It looks like it's having a hard time swimming. Unfortunately, a lot of the turtles are coming down with tumors, and we're starting to witness more and more of them floating in. Most likely this turtle just got sick with all the tumors on it. If that's the case, we're just going to have to let nature take its course and just free it, let it go.
Fibropapilloma is it's a tumor disease that affects the soft tissue of the turtle and is often fatal for the turtle ultimately.
A healthy sea turtle will be very full and robust, rounded, and this one is so emaciated. The animal is lethargic and devastated. It's virtually impossible to think about returning the animal to the wild because it'll drown. Certain coastal areas in Hawaii have high prevalence of this disease. Perhaps there's an environmental factor involved, something relating to the habitat, to the forage, something that we just haven't been able to get our fingers on yet, but there's a lot of people working very hard trying to solve it.
I doubt anyone will find a simple answer to how we can save our worldwide environment. The truth will come from the efforts of bright and dedicated people, some of whom are the game wardens and biologists, studying all the pieces of the riddle, including the mysteries of sea turtles.
Coming up next, we'll go whitewater rafting on a river in West Virginia, where game wardens are trying to protect the thrill-seeking public.
With AT&T, there are so many ways to communicate, and now, one powerful way to control it all. Introducing AT&T Personal Network, now with AT&T Online Customer Service. Sign up at att.com to bring together your calling card calls, wireless calls, and long-distance calls from home for just 10 cents a minute. And with AT&T Online Customer Service, you're in control of every part of your AT&T account online. Get AT&T Personal Network at the power of E. Sign up at att.com or call.
Get inside the great outdoors whenever you want with GameWardenTV.com, the website that goes behind the scenes of Game Warden Wildlife Journal. Learn more about the stories, email your ideas or environmental concerns, check out upcoming shows, exclusive merchandise, and publications, or find our stations and times nationwide. GameWardenTV.com. Get into the great outdoors whenever you want.
And now, some helpful hints on breastfeeding from your baby. First, find a nice, comfortable spot, and remember, moms aren't born knowing how to breastfeed. Give it time, and don't be afraid to ask questions. If you want some privacy, you can cover me up with a blanket. And don't feel funny about breastfeeding anywhere. When we babies are hungry, we've got to eat. Give a breastfeeding mom your loving support.
Live when it matters. First when it counts. Tougher when it's difficult. And closer when it's you. It all adds up to a newscast that leads instead of follows. One that's on top of what's breaking and plugged into what matters. It's why years of experience count. And why more people say every day, 13 means news.
Roller coasters and bungee jumping aren't enough for some thrill seekers who like to take their risks in wilderness settings. Like maybe rafting down a stretch of class 4 or 5 whitewater, the spray in their faces and terror in their throats. There'll always be such adventurous souls who can't resist the thrill of river running. Yet sometimes they unwittingly get hooked up with unscrupulous outfitters who offer discount prices by defying safety rules. During the short rafting season on the Gauley River in West Virginia, game wardens have plenty to do, keeping the risk as low as possible.
You have to imagine that there's someone going on a raft trip that's never been here before. He gets here and gets off the bus, and immediately they put him on a raft. He's going on the Gauley River, and he's about to do the premier whitewater stream in the east. This fellow has no idea what he's getting into. Look for pirates being individuals who come here and run commercial trips without a whitewater license. This time of year is Gauley Fest, and it brings in thousands of people to run Gauley River. We have one of the premier whitewater streams in the eastern part of the country with the Upper Gauley. They come in here from all over the country to whitewater raft. These are scheduled releases planned and set by the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers from Summersville Dam.
We have to lower the lake, and so we release 2,800 cubic feet per second on 22 days, and that gives an opportunity for people to come rafting and kayaking on the Gauley River. Conservation officers in the state of West Virginia, among all their other duties, are charged with the responsibility of enforcing the whitewater regulations and law. Mainly the laws dealing with commercial whitewater outfitters. When I started here, there was no one. I mean, we weren't Lewis and Clark here, but we were close. This is a lot more people than I ever thought I'd see on the Gauley River. We are the law enforcement for the river. We make sure they have proper equipment. They have to wear special life jackets, type 5s. We
check their guides to make sure they're trained properly. We check their records to make sure they have enough trips on the river.
Probably in the neighborhood of 12.
At these water levels?
At this water level.
Okay. But this is the first time you've run a boat for them commercially on this section.
Well, I got my paper trail written. They have all my DNR stuff.
Get his name. The safety is our main concern, so we look for individuals who come here and run commercial trips without a whitewater license. How y'all doing?
Good.
Are you with this group you're running the river today?
This gray family?
Okay. What's your story? Are you all company?
No, private.
Okay. Just a bunch of people going to run the river.
Yep.
Are you not an outfitter?
Well, we're all raft guides for a company.
But it's just guides?
Yep.
You don't have any paying customers?
Did you pay me any money today?
No. I owe you $2 though.
There's someone going on a raft trip that's never been here before. Maybe he's never even heard of West Virginia. He may be a swimmer, he may not. He's never been on the Gauley River, he's never heard of it, he's never done whitewater. And he's about to do the premier whitewater stream in the east. There's nothing else that even compares with this east of the Mississippi.
There are two important rules the officers are charged with enforcing. One is that outfitters do not exceed the number of trips they are allocated. That gives everyone a fair share of the river. The second rule is that the number of passengers do not exceed the raft's capacity. Violations here could be fatal.
The Gauley is a whitewater river, you know, and in my opinion, that means that it's inherently dangerous. You know, things can happen out there.
You have huge rocks out here in the middle of the river, and if you do end up getting thrown out of a boat in some of those areas, the current will carry you into an undercut rock. And what that is a rock that's got a hole under it that you'll go into, and it'll trap you, and there's no way out.
We've had several fatalities on the Gauley River. You've got very highly skilled guides out there now, people that have vast experience, but that doesn't mean things can't happen. You know, it's a whitewater river. It's not an amusement park ride. We do run the river occasionally. Our checks normally take place more at the foot ends, like the dam takeouts like here in Mason Branch and elsewhere. You know, if we really have to get somebody off the river, you know, we can do that.
To be a little something here to edge people to do the right thing, and that's what we do. With the professionalism we have among the outfitters now, and the fact that they do know we're watching them, we're going to make sure that they have what they need to be safe. Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot to worry about.
A lot of dishonest guys would have a hard time making a living if it weren't for the help of honest folks. If you're drawn to the sport of whitewater rafting, remember that the rules set down for outfitters are there for your safety. The money you save by riding in an overcrowded raft with an uncertified guide won't matter much if you lose your life.
Stay with us as we catch the moose hunting season in Maine, where game wardens are managing the moose population and enforcing the game laws.
With AT&T, there are so many ways to communicate, and now, one powerful way to control it all. Introducing AT&T Personal Network, now with AT&T Online Customer Service. Sign up at att.com to bring together your calling card calls, wireless calls, and long-distance calls from home for just 10 cents a minute. And with AT&T Online Customer Service, you're in control of every part of your AT&T account online. Get AT&T Personal Network at the power of E. Sign up at att.com or call.
To reduce your bill, call Geico Direct. Unless you believe in the car insurance fairy. Geico. A 15-minute call could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Still paying too much for car insurance? Geico, a 15-minute call could save you 15% or more.
Look at all the food out there.
Yeah, looks like a triple play.
Holy mackerel.
No, Gus, it's fish, chicken, and shrimp.
Long John Silver's Triple Play. 3 incredible meals with your choice of either flaky hand-battered fish, juicy all-white meat chicken, or tender shrimp, plus all the fixins. At $3.99 each, the price is a home run, too. But hurry, this Triple Play ends soon.
There's just one piece left.
It's going. It's gone.
Oh, can I see a replay?
We'll look at difficult choices among highway, bridge, and light rail projects for the region.
Watch This Week in Hampton Roads on WHRO Public Television.
Wildlife Journal.
Just wasn't complete. That's one good reason why the moose has faced extinction in many parts of the country. That and the fact that people have cut back the forest, which is the animal's habitat. But in some areas, moose populations have come back enough through careful conservation that some very restricted hunting or harvesting is allowed. Unfortunately, there are some who will cross the line for that head over the fireplace. And that brings on the game warden.
As a Maine game warden, our focus is to preserve the wildlife for the future generations of the state. The Maine moose is a very big part of that.
Even after it was hunted to near extinction, the moose remained the most enduring symbol of the state of Maine. Now that the moose has made a comeback, it's no wonder thousands of visitors in-state and out pour into the Moosehead Lake region every year to see and to photograph these impressive animals. Moose, it would seem, are everywhere. About 50 years ago, the moose population declined to the point that the animal was protected. But by 1980, a legal harvest was permitted again. Oddly enough, the return of the moose was caused by the widespread logging of old growth forests, which were replaced by new growth stands. And these just happen to be prime moose habitat.
Moose are a renewable resource. We still experience an increase in the moose population. The hunt is not only a wildlife management tool in the sense that it keeps population levels stabilized, it also is extremely popular with the citizens of the state and other states.
As part of that managing, we also have the opportunity to sell licenses and permits, which provide revenue. But it also provides funding for research, it provides funding for enforcement, and it provides money for management of not only moose, but many other fish and wildlife species in the state.
Do you have your hunting license with you? Could I check that, please? The road checks that we hold here, especially for the moose season, it's a way to monitor the game that's coming out. Our job is to check for the violations, if there are any, but just to check and make sure things are being done right.
When people cut corners and basically cheat and kill things that they're not supposed to, that's what we stand for. We're to take that element out of the picture so the rest of the public can enjoy what's here, and that's our #1 focus.
The game wardens are equipped with a list of known fish and wildlife violators, which helps target their surveillance of illegal hunting. They also are armed with the most sophisticated equipment, aircraft, night vision goggles, scopes, and camcorders. But sometimes the best tool they have is a tip-off from a concerned citizen.
A lot of our information is through the hunters that are actually out there hunting, see the violations and come get us. So
It kind of looks like this guy might be an opportunist, being so close to home and close to his little camper and everything. He saw a moose and he took the opportunity to kill it.
According to the witness, a moose has been killed illegally and parts of it hauled to a nearby camp. The officers checked the trailer and the area around it for clues, including tire tracks that might provide a link to the crime scene.
So we'll use the dog to find, she can find anything with human scent, gunpowder, or brass.
Now, they come upon the carcass of a moose at the edge of a lake. The officers check for bullet holes and any other evidence. In the end, the game wardens have assembled a considerable body of evidence, including tire tracks, the weapon, and a bullet hole linking the weapon to the killing. Evidence which will lead to the arrest, conviction, and punishment of the poacher.
The biggest reason that most game wardens will drive like that and go night and day without sleep for not a lot of money is just because we really care about fish and wildlife.
He's quite an animal, isn't he? When you think, here's an animal who stands more than 6 feet at the shoulder with a rack of antlers just as wide. A healthy, full-grown moose can actually hold off a whole pack of wolves. You can't blame the hunter who wants such a trophy, but you can't blame the game wardens for wanting to ensure his survival. If you know of a situation that endangers our wildlife or environment, call our toll-free number to help be the eyes and ears of the game wardens.
Every year, the National Academy of Television Arts and Sciences awards its highest honor, the Emmy, to television stations that set the standards in broadcasting. This year, WVEC-TV won 5 Emmy Awards, more than any other station in Hampton Roads, including Best News Program and Best Live Newscast. So if you're not already watching 13 News, maybe you should be.
Don't let bad credit or no credit keep you from buying a car. Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton for 1-800-BAR-NONE. Each week, we're helping to put thousands of people just like you back on the road. If you're working, we can help. Call 1-800-BAR-NONE. It's fast, easy, and absolutely free. And we'll complete and accept your loan application in 5 minutes or less. Operators are standing by 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Get the car you need and deserve. Call 1-800-BAR-NONE right now.
AT&T, there are so many ways to communicate, and now, one powerful way to control it all. Introducing AT&T Personal Network, now with AT&T Online Customer Service. Sign up at att.com to bring together your calling card calls, wireless calls, and long-distance calls from home for just 10 cents a minute. And with AT&T Online Customer Service, you're in control of every part of your AT&T account online. Get AT&T Personal Network at the power of E. Sign up at att.com or call.
Game wardens support the outdoor sportsman by enforcing the game laws so that everyone gets a fair chance. In fact, in many cases, the game warden actually increases game and fish populations by protecting habitat, restocking fish, and controlling the harvest. To law-abiding outdoor enthusiasts, the game warden isn't a problem, he's a partner. Visit our website to learn more about the exciting world of the game wardens. Until next time, I'm Josh Bryant. Take care of yourself. Take care of our great outdoors.
How many of you realize there was a time before we came when the forest lay unbroken from the ocean to the plain? Now there's some of us who recognize that man has changed the land, and there's trouble in the making that we need to understand. And so come to do our best. We've come to lend a helping hand. We've come to ask people to help save our land.
You need a car to do your best and get the most out of life. But how can you buy one if you have bad credit or no credit at all? Hi, I'm Fran Tarkenton with good news. Thanks to 1-800-BAR-NONE, you don't have to let credit problems keep you from owning a car. If you're working, there's a car waiting for you. Just call 1-800-BAR-NONE. Your loan application will be completed and accepted in 5 minutes or less. Get the car you need and deserve. Call 1-800-BAR-NONE right now.
After 10 years together, they're still the best way to start your day. Regis and Kathy Lee celebrating 10 years together, and the best is yet to come.
Weekday mornings at 9 on WVEC-TV. It's been 1,000 years of discovery, accomplishment, and dreams that have captured the imagination of an entire planet. We've witnessed monumental individuals and momentous achievements, and today we stand on the threshold of the new millennium. See how technology is about to change your life forever, giving you more free time and a longer life to enjoy it. 13 Listens, Journey 2000, Technology in the New Millennium, Saturday at 8 on WVEC-TV.
Tonight on 13 News at 6. Violent children are the focus of a Hampton Roads fundraising event. Police released the victims' names in a North Carolina plane crash, and a little-known piece of slave history is celebrated in Hampton. The news starts right now.
You're watching WVEC-TV, Channel 13. And now, Sandra Parker. Skymax 13 meteorologist Evan Stewart. And Brian Smith with sports. This is 13 News at 6.